Thank you so much. My name is Thomas Fosuhene, level 400 student. Thomas Fosuhene. Thomas Fosuhene. Yes. A level 400 student offering public relations with marketing. And I'm here, I'm aspiring for General Secretary, and I'm here for vetting.
Okay. Are you Christian, Muslim, traditionalist,
I'm a Christian.
atheist, Christian? Please step forward and pick up the Bible. And please repeat these words after me. I, then you add your name.
I, Thomas Fosuhene,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that all information I have provided to the SRC Coordinating Committee
that all information is provided to the SRC Coordinating Committee
and during this vetting process
and during this vetting process
is true, accurate, and complete
and complete
to the best of my knowledge.
to the best of my knowledge.
I further swear
I further swear
that if elected into office,
that if elected into office,
I will uphold and defend the UniMAC SRC Constitution,
I will uphold and defend the UniMAC SRC Constitution,
serve the student body with integrity,
serve the student body with integrity,
fairness, and accountability, and perform my duties without fear or favor.
and come again, sir?
And perform my duties without fear or favor. So help me, God.
So help me God.
Please have your seat.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're going for the General Secretary position, right? What is it? I have absolutely no idea.
Okay, so what I know is that the General Secretary is basically the backbone of information from the SRC executives to the management and also to the entire student body.
Is that what? The backbone of information?
Like the communication between the students. So basically they give out information from the SRC executives to the entire student body and also from the management to also the student body as well.
Right. So is that all it has to do with?
No. So they also give out accurate and timely information to the students, and also whenever there's any SRC executive meeting, so the General Secretary serve as and also take minutes, accurate minutes, and also give it out to the SRC team, know what happened and whatever thing that went on during the meeting, the SRC executive meetings.
Okay. So again, it has to just do with information, communication, that's it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Who is the immediate past General Secretary?
Nafisa Ibrahim.
Of IG, yes.
Nafisa Ibrahim.
Nafisa Ibrahim. Okay. What is that one thing that would distinguish the position of the General Secretary from that of the public affairs the public affairs appointee? Yeah.
Okay, so the SRC General Secretary serves as executive member to the SRC committee or the SRC team, but with the public affairs, he's just a liaison between the school or maybe the SRC team with the other publics, especially the media, or maybe whenever there's an information that the media or basically, yes, the media want to get information, what is going on between the student and the SRC team. So the public affairs give out that information to the public. So he just serves between the SRC team and the publics.
Okay.
Thomas, right?
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Yeah, doing well. Okay, so when you picked up the form, the chairperson gave you a welcome message. What did you do with that paper or information?
Yeah, so I just I read through any information that was it. Yes.
And you gave it back to her?
No, I think it was just because I had two forms. So not just two forms, but two envelopes. So I think when I was submitting it, the welcome message was just in one. So I think I forgot to take it out, yes.
Okay. I want to ask you another question, but it's fine. Okay. Who is Solace to you?
Who is?
Solace.
Solace.
Yeah.
Okay, Solace is my friend.
Your?
My friend.
Okay. Your friend.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. My first question to you is you when you were asked about your leadership style, right? What answer did you give?
Please come again with that.
When you were asked to describe your leadership style, what did you give as an answer?
I don't think I have it off
Of head.
Yes.
Okay, I'll help you with that.
Thank you.
You said your leadership style is centered around collaborative and problem solving. I can't comprehend.
Come again.
My leadership style is centered around collaborative and problem solving. Help me understand.
Okay, so I've been a course rep for some time now, and also
How long?
for about 2 or 3 academic years. Yes.
Okay.
And one thing that I've noticed about students is normally they don't get the information that they need, and sometimes they get agitated. So what I have to do is just ask the questions that what they need, then coordinate with the lecturer and also help them give out the information. And also when doing all these things, I also help them to solve their problems. So I'll give a critical example is at the beginning of these online classes, I think most of our students were in my DMs asking about the LMS and how it's going to be, how they get their emails and a whole lot of things. So as a student leader, what I did is I created a safe space where they share their sentiments or their problems. Then I reach out to a coordinator for one of their faculties at IJ, and also reach out to the dean of students. Then if possibly he can be on my X space. So I had an X space where the dean and the coordinator is teacher, story direct Onoma, teacher Onoma, that's how we normally call him. So they joined the X space where they addressed student concerns and student issues. So in doing all these things, they were able to solve their problems.
Okay, that's very impressive. You also said you focus on listening and engaging others to make sure every voice is heard. Probably I might say your previous answer could answer this question, but I'll still throw it to you. How do you make sure every voice is heard?
So like a scenario, or maybe the X space thing that I was talking about. So I mentioned that I give them a safe space. So they reach out to my DMs, ask questions about the LMS. So meaning I get to know what they want, or maybe how their problem is, and doing all these things. At the end of the X space that I had with the dean and the coordinator, I think I was able to solve their problems and what they need. So based on how they reach out to my DM and ask their questions, I was able to listen to their voices or listen to their concerns, and I worked on it for them.
Okay. There's another question I wanted to ask, but it would come. Okay, so you said in answering the question of your motivation, right, and a main problem you want to help solve, you stated that UniMAC deserves a clear communication and timely information. How would you make sure that the student's body gets information in a timely manner?
Okay, thank you so much. So when I mention about the clear communication and timely information to the student body, what I mean is that we have various student WhatsApp platforms, and let me use the official SRC platform as an example. Sometimes, like within about 2 to 3 hours, you'll be off. By the time that you get back to the page, you will be welcome to about 3,000 messages. So sometimes, like the main information that you need, and to be honest with you, you can't go back and read the previous 3,000 messages. You can't do that. So normally, the only thing that you have to do is just skip the messages. So in order to solve this, but sometimes like you will need a particular information that will also help you as a student. But because there have been a lot of communication going on, or maybe a lot of messages going on, you not get the actual information that you need. So what I'm trying to do is, aside the official platform or maybe official SRC platform where we converse or maybe have chit chat on it. I'll also try to create another platform, not just either WhatsApp or Telegram. Then that particular platform is just going to give out information to the student. So it's not going to be open for the student to be chatting on there. So every information is going to be from the SRC straight to the student body. So it's not going to be something where students will be able to chat, but we have the official platform, the official SRC platform there, where we can also have our conversations. But the one I'm talking about is just going to be like an information flow from the SRC team or the General Secretary to the student body.
Okay, so with this suggestion, you are certain that every student will be able to get that information instantly?
Yes, so yes, because it's not going to be open to people or maybe to other students to chat on it. So it's just going to be a one-way
It's not
information.
necessarily about chatting, because you said you have a way in which we will be able to receive messages instantly. Am I right?
Yes. Come on.
Okay. And you creating a platform and you creating that WhatsApp platform is the way you are going to solve the issue?
Okay, so that is
Yes or
another
no?
strategy that I also use to solve the issue. Yes.
That's another strategy.
Yes.
Are you aware we have notice boards on all campuses?
Then we have a notice board, but how? Let me. Okay, sorry. How? I don't know how to put this thing, but because you don't, to be honest, like we don't normally go to the notice board, stand there and read the information.
I do.
But how many people can do that?
Please, you read. When do you read? Please, you read.
Yes. So, okay, fine. So that was another thing. So aside the digital one that I'm talking about, like creating a platform. So the notice board will also serve as a place where we'll be posting or maybe getting information, maybe like just posting information there where students can access and also read it.
So these are your two things we are going to do.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is that there was something that I championed recently that I'm working on, and that is I realized that sometimes some of the events that the management held, like the students they don't get to know that particular information, or they don't get to know anything about the event that is happening on campus or anything that is happening. So what I came about is I developed a newsletter. So a newsletter that will cover most of the event that is happening, not just IG, but all the other institutes. So the recent one that I developed and it went out, it covered stories from all other institutions. We also have a section for a notice where we also give information from the management to the students. So all these and also some of the strategies that I'm also going to use to give out information to the student body.
I hate.
want to get some clarification. No, it's the newsletter is separated. Was it from this? Okay.
Okay. I believe there are other various ways to solve this issue, and I hope that you also look at, I'm not going to mention them to you, but then I hope you also explore those areas. My other question to you is, if an executive member asks you to alter meeting minutes to protect them, what would you do?
Please come again.
If an executive member asks you to alter meeting minutes to protect them, what would you do?
So the executive.
Who is your friend?
Yeah.
Okay, so he or she wants me to alter the minute in favor.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is not going to happen because I rely more on integrity. So doing something without like maybe like not being noticed or something, but and also I have to also understand that the Constitution, that is the superior authority or maybe a document that is governing the entire SRC thing, that it flaunts against that particular thing. So I'm not going to do that. Though whether she or she is my friend or not, I'm not going to alter the minute to be in favor. Yes, it is best to lose that friendship than to cause a reputation on my name.
Okay, I have a few questions for you, then I'll be done with you. Would you ever sign a document you did not prepare or verify, and why?
Okay, so one, it will depend on where the document is coming from. If the document is coming from the SRC president, I will have to have a conversation with him. Why the particular document? Where is it going? Why does it need my signature? So if it is really important as a general secretary for me to sign, after my conversation or my dialogue with the president, that is where like we will, because if, I can't just pick a document and just go to the end part and sign without me reading through. I have to go through as a general secretary, because if it goes out and it causes any havoc or cause any problem, I'm the one that is going to be blamed. So I have to, yes.
You have any minutes from any meeting. I don't know whether this plenty are taking minutes. Everything that will be captured in the minutes is a legal document. Are you aware?
Yes, I'm aware.
So altering it does not only put your integrity, but it can also be used against you in any court of law. Are you aware?
Yes, I'm aware.
And did you talk to? You get the chance to have any conversation with the our secretary, because she was your friend. When we were talking to her about the newspaper idea, she was part of them. Did you cite her writing email? Because I don't know whether one of them is here. I never cited any minutes for Richard's administration. Minutes that they went for a meeting. SRC, there's no SRC. Okay, you have minutes for your meetings, you know. Okay, it's not a hand over here, but during the chief gave an invitation, he had a file for minutes that we can trace, especially with what is happening to COVID, so that we can trace some of the minutes. What are you going to do in your time to ensure that they are proper? Because minutes are very important. Yes. And for this SRC, we are not going to just watch you; we are going to hold your box.
You read the minutes, but one thing I also advise you maybe propose that as an SRC team work is make use of the digital tool that is available to us. So if you can't get the paper to show.
When you say minutes, especially now, nobody expects you to. We are going for a meeting and bring paper, pen and paper. No, that's why we are with an iPhone. I have notes there. And I would even promote that you have a digital store where you store all these minutes there. So if any member of management want to see your meetings, you don't have to bring paper to my office. I need to send me the link. I can yes.
So in my proposal, I added something like working on a digital hub. So a digital hub for students, not just the SRC team. So the data hub will include our academic certificate, and also I'm also trying to, if I get a chance, also work on a student website or SRC website. So with this website, we have a section. So we also have a section, just like you mentioned, like a storeroom where you also be getting all the folders and everything in one place. Yes.
A follow-up question on that. Currently, so we are now coming together as UniMAC, but with UniMAC IG, where you were, do we have a website for UniMAC? Sorry, any SRC, whether it is IFT or ILO. Is there a website? Is there a Facebook page or a LinkedIn page? I'm struggling.
Yes, we have a Facebook page. I know for the WOCOM. Yes, we have a GIJ SRC Facebook page. We also have a Facebook page for the Women's Commissioner, which I was the one handling it during Pamela's term. So we also have a Facebook. And for the website, as you're talking about, I think I came across one website when I was working on the October edition of the newsletter. So, but I don't know how the functionality is. So I don't know the person who's also handling the back end to populate information timely and accurate, because I've not had extensive engagement with Nafisa to know how this particular website is, how it works. But what I'm also trying to do, if we have an already website there, maybe I will engage him. If not, I will also, as I mentioned, I've seen one already, but I don't know how it works. But I also have an engagement with him. If you can just work on it, or maybe develop one altogether.
All right. So why should this institution trust you with its records and voice?
With its record, sorry.
Yeah. Why should this institution trust you with its records and voice?
Okay. So one thing that is one of my values that I hold is being honesty, and also being like basically as an integrity. So
Say that again.
I said one of my values as a personality. So one of my values,
One of your values.
that I hold is being honest. So get a chance, and that's why I mentioned like why this SRC team hand their document or their records with me is because of how honest that I am.
If you're honest,
Yes.
so we can trust you.
Yes.
Everyone, he said you can trust him more. All right. How do you perform? Have you ever been? Okay, let me say it this way. How do you perform under pressure and tight deadlines?
So you have to. I have to. So what that I have to I mostly do is just calm down, then take things one step after the other, and don't shouldn't be feel overwhelmed about the pressure that is coming to me.
You shouldn't feel overwhelmed.
Yes, about it, as you are saying, like how do I work it under pressure or tight deadline? So you just have to relax, take things one after the other. You just have to just rush into things because
That's what you would do.
Yeah, that is what I will do. So I just have to, and that is what I have been doing because I have to just calm down, relax, and also work on the things that I have to do.
So if you are elected, I'll never hear any executive person say that you are hasty and not when you are, behind time or you have to take a decision, you don't rush them. You are very pretty calm about it.
Yes.
That's the trait you are going to be hearing.
Yes.
Okay, not my very last question, but say a president or the president, yes, I'll say president, is wrong, but insists you document their decision. How would you proceed? Give me a practical example. You know within the innermost heart of your heart that this decision about it.
Okay, thank you. I think as I just mentioned, my value as being honest will not allow me to do that. I'm not going to do it.
How? You being honest.
Yes, so he want me to do something that goes against my values. So I'm not going to do that.
So this is about you. It's not even about the student body.
If it is about the student body and not in the right position, what am I going to do it or not? And I'm just the decision that the president is going to take is mostly for the entire student body. And here is the case that it's not in the right direction or it's not using the right measures. But
So what would you do? Obey.
and I said I'm not going to do that because
won't do it.
yes, it go against my values. Yes.
Okay, my very last question. Have you ever been tempted to misuse a position of trust?
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. So if you mention about misuse a position of trust, can you please explain further for me?
Okay, so say you have now been elected, say, into this position, right? And you have been trusted with certain information, right? And it's not yet time for you to let the student's body know. And your friends are asking you, like, oh, about this problem, like, what's his management saying about it? Or what have you guys agreed upon? Have you ever, even if it's not the situation, but have you ever, if yes, let me know, if no, let me know.
Okay. Have I ever, like as you mentioned?
Been tempted to misuse a position of trust?
Yes, I would say yes.
You have. How did you handle it?
So yes, it's just a scenario that I'm giving because I can't give out the detailed information out here.
But the information is already out.
Because you are also tempting me to also give out the information. So meaning
I just want to know
you
that
also capitalize
the
on my
reason I'm
trust
asking
issue.
you to disclose because I don't want you to be assuming, I don't want you to be forming examples just like that. So I want a practical example. We are being practical here, okay? So truthfully, has there ever been a situation like that?
Yes.
So tell me about it.
The information, you want to know the information?
Yes. The information you just said that you didn't tell your friend about, but later it came out and your friend got to know. So what information was
And
this
that is the
about?
reason why I'm also saying that I can't also give out the information because the person who told me trusted me.
Sorry.
So I can't give it out.
No. If let's say there was a problem, like for example, we are supposed to resume on this set date, okay? And at that time you were privy to that information. And eventually a news or a communique came out stating the date. That is it. Or what information do you think I'm referring to?
So then
Or what information are you talking about that you can't talk about?
the information, that's like what you are mentioning. So I can't give out the information because someone trusted me and told me that particular information. A friend,
You understand the question I'm asking? I'm saying that, first of all, you were privy to an information, right? But you weren't supposed to say it until the unofficial communique came out, right? Now that official communique is out and you claim now your friend knows it. So tell me about that thing.
So if my friend knows the official communication, then there's no need also for me to also tell him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know. What's the name? Thomas, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you are contesting for General Secretary.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, it's on. I don't know why it's down. So, are you contesting to serve the people or the students, or you are just building your political portfolio?
Contesting to serve the people.
Okay. So, let me give you this practical example. Maybe SRC has done something. There is an allegation against SRC on corruption, and you have confidential information, and students are on your neck to release that information. The information is confidential. Students must know because there is corruption allegation. What are you going to do?
So until my SRC, as an SRC executive team, until we give the go-ahead to circulate that particular information, as you said, it's confidential,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
No, you are the General Secretary. We are supposed to source information from you. So we need the information as the student body. We need the information. But to you, the information is confidential. And this information is bordered on corruption. Are you going to release it to the students?
So that's why I mentioned, like, until the entire the entire SRC executive team come together, where we have to give out the information to the student, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so in a case the SRC executive do not agree to the fact that the information must go out, but now...
Please come on. You said in case they don't agree.
Yes.
They did not agree.
Yeah, okay.
That my entire team that I work as a SRC committee, we've sat down, we plan, and from because of how our mandate is, like, formulate policies and also to the entire student body, and because we've not given out go ahead to also circulate that particular information and how confidential the issue is, I'm not going to give it out.
So in this instance, are you serving your SRC executives or you are serving the student body?
Yes, I understand the student interest is paramount, but there is a confidential information that I can't
And it's bordered
give it
on
out.
corruption, not like anything.
So until as a team, as an SRC executive team, come out to give a press release or give out an information to the me personally, I am not going to do that because of how confidential the information, as you are mentioning.
And if all the SRC executives are implicated in this corruption, and you say you are not going to release the information to the students,
Come again.
if the whole SRC executives are implicated in this corruption that we're talking about, and you are saying you are not going to release the information to the students.
So thank you for this. I think, as you mentioned, like, if the whole SRC team are part of it, which I'm also part of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm also part of the corrupt issue that you are mentioning, right? Or I'm not part of the corrupt issue.
Okay.
Please, I'm asking that. I don't know if I get it.
So yeah.
Except me.
Yes.
Yes, I'll give out the information to the student. Let them know what is going on.
Now, you are back.
I also give it out and put my position down.
Oh, okay. So
Earlier you were saying
you won't give it out. Yes.
Because he wasn't clear with the question that he mentioned. But now that he's give out the yes, that's why I got the answer. So that's why I said like,
Okay,
if
so-
I am part of the corrupting that you are talking about, and that is, I'm going to give out the information to the entire student body, then put my
So
position
per
down.
what you are saying, should any corruption allegation come up against the SRC and you find yourself to be part, you are going to resign.
Yes. And I'm not going to be part of any corrupting.
You don't know where corruption will come from. Please. You don't know where corruption will come from. You can just sign a document maybe you didn't pay attention to, and it will bring a lot of stuff. You may not have knowledge about it. So we are going to hold you by this. In case any corruption allegation comes and maybe you are part, you are going to resign.
Yes. I give out my word.
Do you know of RTI?
Yes, I know.
Not done.
You know of it?
Yes.
And what's it about? Sorry.
That
You are
is
not done.
the right to information.
So, in he asking you a question about you giving out information to students, did you think about that students can come with that?
Yes.
So, in that case, what would you do?
Okay, so because as a student body or maybe as an institutions where we give the chance for people, maybe students to require for information that they need or any information that also may be interest to the student body and anyone right to request for that particular information. And if I have access to the information that the person is asking, I'll just give it up because let me give a scenario recent that is happening. I think we had a student that write to the previous administration about a particular information that the SRC General Secretary came out and also give out the information to the student body. So if I have information about it, I'll give it to the student because the person used the right channel. That is the right to information, but the person requested it. I'll give it to the person.
Okay, so do you think UniMAC students are interested in
Policy that I'm going to bring it out is going to help and also
students? What will you do as an SRC General Secretary?
please come again.
Apart from you just giving out information to students, what will you do as SRC General Secretary?
What will I do?
Yes.
Personally, or maybe the entire, I also help them solve their challenges or their problems that they.
Challenges like what?
So the challenge like when they concern about any student issues.
The engine of the SRC.
Yes, I know.
And you are just there to give information.
I said I also help them in their problem solving thing.
Problems like what?
So based on their registration and their registration issues, because one thing I've also noticed is that some of the students at UniMAC really normally face registration issues whenever there was a reopening. So as a student leader, I will also help them.
Duty well. As the General Secretary, what will you do?
Is that in the case
An executive member, other executive is not doing his or her duty well. What will you do as the General Secretary?
Okay, so one thing I understand or maybe believe in is I believe in a second chance. So maybe I'll just talk to the person that as executive member, as a student leader, you don't have to do this. Or basically, what you are doing goes against your mandate in the SRC Constitution. So check how you position yourself, how you do your things, and how you also align yourself with the entire student body. Then I'll also advise, give an advice to the person, and also help the person to be on track.
So now you've given the advice. The advice didn't work. What's the next step?
I just have to let it go because I've done my part. Because I'm trying to help.
You just have to let it
Yes,
go.
because I've been able to talk to the person. The person is not taking the advice that I'm giving to him or her. What I have to do, I can't. There was a saying that you can force a horse to the river, but you can't force it to drink. So once I've given you an information, I've given you advice as a student or maybe an executive member, and you are not taking the advice that I've given to you, I don't have any option than just to let you do whatever thing that you want to do. When you face the challenges, you just come back and maybe rethink about whatever thing that you did.
Okay, so in a case, your president, whoever the president will be, has come to you. I don't like this executive member. I want you to start something, then we petition G, then remove the person. Are you going to go by your president's words?
You as a president don't like this executive member.
Yes.
But the student liked him or her and they voted for him. So you can't just, unless maybe the person is doing something that goes against the student body and the student themselves maybe impeach or write a letter to impeach that executive member. You as a president, if you are saying you don't like this member, then because the student voted for him because they liked him, and they know the capabilities that the person is having, and they know how the person will be able to serve them. That is why they voted for him. So then I think the argument or maybe whatever thing that the president will be saying will not be valid.
Okay, so Thomas Fosuhene, right?
Yes.
So after your administration as the General Secretary, what do you want us to mention your name for?
Okay, so I want the student to mention my name like as a General Secretary that give out a timely and accurate information to the entire student body. Then also, one tangible thing that I want to do before I leave office, that is the student website that I mentioned about, and also the newsletter that I've also started working on.
Okay, so you mentioned of accurate information. I don't know your definition to accurate information. Does it mean that your predecessors have been giving out information that were not accurate, or can you explain that accurate information?
Okay, I'm not saying that my predecessors were not giving any information that were not accurate, but I am saying that that is what I'm going to, like, information that is very concise to the student body, and that is what they need at a particular time.
Okay.
Okay, are there any questions? Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Thomas Fosuhene,
Yes, sir.
I hope you are conversant with writing of letters, formal letters, reports, and minutes.
Yes.
Okay, can you kindly differentiate between reports and minutes?
Okay, so a minute basically it's a document that talk about what happened in a meeting. So what this particular person said, what this particular person said, and it also talk about the agenda and also give room for the next meeting that will be happening. So at the end of the meeting, when someone is not part of the meeting, when the person pick the minutes, the person will be able to know or maybe understand what went on during the meeting. So that is how minutes is. But report gives a comprehensive analysis for a particular project. So if you are working on a project or if you are working on something and it requires a report, it gives a comprehensive analysis of what went on and what you are doing.
Okay, thank you very much. How would you ensure transparency and accountability in SRC communication?
Okay, so accountability, I understand, is that taking responsibility of your actions, whether good or bad, you have to take responsibility of whatever thing that you've done. So how I'm going to ensure that the SRC team take responsibility or maybe be accountable to the student is we have to also like be open to them, let them know what is going on. So I also add the transparency to also to like let the student know whatever thing that is going on in the entire student team or the entire SRC executive. So you have to also let them know what is really good. That is how the transparent. Just be open. Let them know what you are doing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mr. Fosuhene, right?
Yes.
How many institutes are there in UniMAC and how many campuses do we have?
Please come again. You said how many
How many
institutes are there?
institutes make up UniMAC? And how many campuses do we have?
We have 3 institutes and we have 7 campuses, yes.
Can you mention them?
The campus or the institute?
The campuses.
Okay, so the campus, I think we have one at Adabraka, we have Tamale campus, we have Kumasi campus, we have Cantonment campus, we have Osu, that is 5, right? Then we also have Legon campus and okay, I think that is the only thing that I know.
Where you are, you've not mentioned where you are.
That is the Legon campus.
Oh, okay. Then it means Joel. Yes.
Joel campus, yes, sorry.
How many of these campuses have you been to?
Come again?
How many of these campuses that you listed have you been to?
Okay, I've been to 4 campuses.
Namely,
I've been to the Osu campus, Joulu campus, Legon, and Adabraka.
Osu, Joel, Legon, and
Adabraka.
Adabraka. Okay. You saying Legon, is it today being your first time? Or
Yes, today be my first time here.
okay. All right. So, General Secretary, dissemination of information to students' body that you've not even visited most of them. How do you intend to do that?
I am going to work with a rep from all the institutes, all the campuses. I'm going to work with a rep from all the campuses where if you have any information that we have to give it to or maybe post on the notice board of the various campuses. So the rep in charge of this particular campus or this particular institute will be coordinating so the person have to just, if in case I have to send it to the person, I will do that where the person will be able to post it on the notice board of the various campuses. Then also be also making use of the digital hub that I also mentioned about.
Okay, sounds interesting. My last question is, you mentioned creation of websites. It's not really a question though, but creation of websites, why won't you lobby for a portal on the UniMAC website that exists already? You don't need to go creating an entire new website.
Okay.
Other universities have portals on their school's websites.
Yes, I understand what you are saying, and it also falls back because if I have a link in the UniMAC website, but once the person has to click on it, because any information that I have to do, I have to go to the back end where I will be populating my information before it will appear front, like for people to see. So if you get access to the website, the UniMAC website, that one is fine. But the website I'm talking about is that like a website that we have to get sessions where we have all these institute, all campuses, information flowing very well from the SRC executive team to the student body. We also have a session because if you are going to get a space in the UniMAC SRC thing, they are not going to give us much space where we'll be populating information from the students of the SRC executive.
So far as it's SRC related, there's no limitation. So far as it's SRC related, there's no limitation.
Okay, yes, okay, thank you for that. But as I mentioned, because if I need to populate any information, because if I don't have access to the back end, meaning I have to go to the one who is handling the website. And if the person is not around,
you don't need to have access as a general secretary. What if you are not technologically inclined to handle the back end?
And I mentioned that based on my experience as a digital media,
no, I am saying that you don't necessarily have to have access to the back end.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes, I do. But my question is, my analysis that I want to make is, the person handling it, what if there was an information that the student need it very timely, and it has to be on the website, and me getting access to the person handling it is very quite difficult. Maybe I've reached out to the person,
and if
but the person is very busy.
Sorry, I won't let you continue. If students want an information that is very timely, you think that the website is the best place to go and put that information?
It's also part of the like, and I don't know how to put it, but also part of something that the student can get access to information. Because I initially mentioned having a rep in all the institutions where you have information to some of the campuses or all the campuses, not just some, but all the campuses. But with the website, if once it's there, someone can just go there, get to read it, and also know what is really going on in the SRC thing.
So if that is the purpose of the website, it comes to the point that you can still go to the UniMAC website and have a portal there. You don't need to go use student funds to create a new website entirely.
Okay, please, let me correct something here. I didn't mention I'm going to use student fund to create a website. I've never mentioned that.
Even if you are not going to use students' funds,
Yes.
you're going to use your personal funds. Is that what you're
That is the work that I do. So it's something that I mostly work on.
Even that, I still think that, well, maybe that's my personal opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, there's going to be so many platforms all over the place. Thank you. But you're looking sharp, though.
Thank you.
All right, so I think we can take our questions now. Are there any questions here? Please. Okay, 2. Nice.
Yeah,
Please.
This is Gabriel from IFT. I just want to make a comment about the last question he answered. I believe he answered the question perfectly. I am also someone with a background in websites and stuff. Currently, what the school has is the school's website, and now the SRC button there, when it's clicked, it has to it works as a hyperlink, which has to link to the SRC's standalone website. What happens is the school's website is already loaded, and now whenever SRC wants to do something, you have to go through that whole chain to be able to get your information there. But rather, you have your dedicated website, which has a hyperlink or a tab. Or how do we even call it? We have this word we use sometimes, like a tab on the school's page. When you click, it leads to the other page. A lot of media houses in this country do it. Let's say, example, go to my Joy Online. When you click for, let's say, Joy News, even though it looks on the same site, it leads you somewhere else. And that is the perfect thing. Now, he mentioned that is his expertise. I believe the last question that it was more like a debate, like is he going to use his personal funds or SRC funds? It should have been a direct question like, how are you going to fund it, so that he can tell us? Because I believe if he says that is his field, then that is something that might not even cost him. People that do this job charge people to do it. But those of us that is our job, we only have to pay for hosting, which is barely $5 for the entire year. So I think we have to listen to that side very well. I stand to be corrected, but that's also my field, that side and digital marketing. And I hope he wins. If he wins and he calls me, I'll help him to work on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad you mentioned about hosting, which is just $5 you mentioned. Their tenure is going to be just about 6 to 7 months. When they are gone, who is going to pay that $5? You can go on.
Okay, so one thing that because the $5 that he mentioned is just for the whole year, as you said. So if I'm not part of the school, what am I going to do? So, and I'm not going to work alone. I'm going to work with a team. Each team member is going to be from one of the institutes, and I'm also going to train them. If someone is available to learn, being part of my team, I have to also train them. So when I'm not there or when I'm not available, the person will be able to also continue on or work on this particular legacy that I'm talking about. Then talking about the funding, if I'm not there, maybe since I am the General Secretary, I'm also going to work on it. The next person that is going to come, since we work on it very well, that maybe the student is having an interest in it, and it's also I don't know, but maybe if the next dean or maybe the dean that will be coming also have an interest in it, they can sit down as a team, work on it, and maybe in their annual budget propose something to cater for the hosting that my brother mentioned. Because since if I win and I'm going to occupy the position, I'm going to take care of it because it's my field, that's what I'm going to do. So if it went on very well and maybe the next administration that will be going to come, like that will come and they have interest in that particular thing, they can just sit down as a team, work on it, and every year propose a budget just to cater for that particular hosting.
All right. There's a question from the main.
All right. I've heard you talk about website. We have had instances where we created websites, SRC platforms. We post information and students will come back complaining that they have not even seen it. So you, apart from the website, what are other ways or means you use to communicate effectively to the students?
Okay, I think I've given two issues here.
Which are?
So the first one is where we have student campuses notices. So I'm going to have a rep from each of the campuses. So if there's any information, that is a physical document, like the person can post it on any of the notices where people can just walk in there or maybe just read the information there. That is one. Then the two, I also mentioned about the WhatsApp platform that I was talking about. It's just going to be where we'll be circulating information, because it's not going to be open for other students to be chatting there, but it's just going to be an information from the SRC team just to the entire student body. So we can make use of WhatsApp, we can also make use of Telegram as well. But I think that is one thing that UniMAC, when you check the UniMAC channel, you can't put up a message there. The only thing that you can do is when you read a message from the school, you just have to give a reaction. So we can also capitalize on this particular thing just to also give information to the entire student body.
Do you also believe in moving to various campuses to make sure that your message is being carried out across the student body?
Yes, I believe that.
Do you also know about course reps?
Yes.
Do you know how effective they are?
Yes.
As compared to your
Okay, let me say something here. With the course rep issue, though they are very effective, but their effectiveness is mostly rely on lecturer to student, student to lecturer, and it's mostly based on the courses that they are being a rep for. Unless maybe they are part of the General Assembly or maybe any other team that they have to get information and give it out to the student. But it's mostly between the lecturer, student, based on the courses. So they give information from the student to the lecturer and from the lecturer to the students.
I'm talking based on experience.
Okay.
Not just a hearsay.
Then maybe I'll come around for coaching when I get the opportunity.
Yes. The course reps are very, very effective in carrying out whatever message you want to the students. So maybe you can also think about that later.
Okay, thank you.
Didn't you say that you are a course rep?
Yes, I information from the lecturer. That is what I have noticed in my time as a course rep so far. So I give out information from the lecturer because sometimes students will come to a DM. General, like, what is this lecturer saying? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Then I have to go to the lecturer, get the information, and come and give it to the student. Then also address the student's concern to the lecturer as well.
Can't you use the same approach? If let's say you're getting information from the SRC president, isn't he also like the lecturer where you get information from him, you give it to your student's body? If they have any question, you relay to him. Isn't it the same thing?
Okay. Thank you so much.
There was a question. It has been answered.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm Precious from IG. So with regards to the website issue, I would suggest if he can, we all have student portals, and on our portal we have a section for announcement. So I don't know if he can leverage on that and put the information over there, disseminate it over there, so he can get to us, since you want us to read, because most of us, we hardly visit the WhatsApp platform to read information. So, but I frequently check my students portal. So if you put the information over the announcement section, I think that would be very okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I'm actually shocked to hear that our dear aspirant believes in teamwork, collaboration, all of that. See that there are avenues to distribute information to students, but aspirants is talking about building a beautiful website somewhere and now encouraging students to go there, which I believe is, well, it's a beautiful idea, but we don't have the resource. So we need to equally be conscious about some of these things. Talking about his new platforms that he has created, what happened to the previous platforms and other things initiated by the previous administration, or what has he done about that? Some people even reached out with social media. I think someone asked him about how do we have an SRC social media. We've seen it. Some of these, we see points and dots of UniMAC this, UniMAC that all over the internet, but we don't know which is which. So you are here telling us he has a personal initiative where he wants to roll out a whole new social media account for UniMAC. So, I mean, I don't want you to feel like I don't have any personal thing against. These are just observations and experiences. So.
Yes. Okay, so my brother mentioned that I have, from his last statement that he said I have like an idea of maybe coming up with a new social media thing, a whole lot of things. I want to state for him to know that I'm not planning to create any social media platform for the SRC thing. The only thing that I've been talking about as I came in here is just about the website where we are going to get the information flow to the student. And he mentioned that I keep on like, I'm going to abandon project. So my also question to him is that the project that he's talking about, and as he mentioned, which me, I don't know any project that he's going to talk about, he's mentioned that I have abandoned. So which particular project that I have abandoned? And to let him also know that how that particular project that he's talking about, how was it able to address student issue or maybe student concerns? How was it able to also give information to the student? And he mentioned something about social media platforms. That is the Facebook. I know I've noticed a lot of Facebook accounts, especially I think just Facebook. I think for LinkedIn, one thing I just noticed is just one particular page, just for the UniMAC, but we don't have one for the SRC. Yes. So for the Facebook, I've seen a lot of pages, but that page was created by someone or maybe a student who wanted to get the numbers that as he also wants, based on their media experience that they want to do. So they capitalize on the students and also to create a platform just to get the numbers that they want. So I want to let him know that there's not any project that I have abandoned or any project that I've known of that I have abandoned. Yes. So, okay, let me, and I know where, I don't want to go further here, but yeah, it's okay. Thank you so much.
We'll take the very last question and then we move on.
Yes.
I think, once again, my name is Gabriel. I think this gentleman asked you a very brilliant question, but I believe he failed to answer. Currently, we don't have a unified SRC page on all platforms. I stand to be corrected. We don't have a unified. Yes, but I mean, this gentleman asked me the question, and instead of meaning we okay, thank you very much. No, I do understand your answer.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas Fosuhene, for your time today. Fosuhene,
yes,
for your time today. Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you too.